2005, union members uh, approached Governor Bill Richardson to requesting that he assist them in their strife. And Governor Bill Richardson made a commitment that he would be there for them and assist them. And yet, nothing happened. The union encountered opposition after opposition, and they felt that maybe the governor could have some influence over the Board of Regents, which should be have overriding power over the administration. But in their frustration, they found out that this wasn't going to happen, and later on, they found out that a lot of the Board of Regents had been appointed to the Board of Regents by request directly by Dr. Count. So there's no accountability at all within the Board of Regents being appointed by the governor. So the frustration within the union continued.
To the students and the university community. We also have concerns that we would like to address as equal partners with the administration through our union. Among other things, other concerns include the fact that many of us must work second and third jobs just to be able to to feed our families without cause due to our yearly employment contracts that they do have here. We filed a representation petition with the State Labor Board back in December, but we still have had no movement on the university's part to take steps to recognize our union. Even as the university has delayed this process, we have continued to build our organization, gaining more support from our coworkers, students, public officials, and other allies throughout the community.
It's 5:15. This forces many of the maintenance workers to hold down 2 or more jobs. And this is just in order to survive. The quality of family life suffers since the employee gets to spend the time with the family. They have to be out working. And I met with some of the employees a couple of weeks ago, and they stated that they were working 2 and 3 jobs just to survive. So I'm really disappointed with the $5.29 an hour. But secretaries and other employees are also not being paid a livable wage. Many of these individuals are also subjected to the same stresses as the maintenance workers. It is reported that even faculty is underpaid when compared to other state universities, which it is correct. I have a sheet from New Mexico State that I requested, and I compared the wages, and it is very unreasonable. I mean, we're way under. The university apparently has enough monies available to give the generous raises to Dr. Counts in February of 2005. In addition, the executive administration has a total annual salary of about $500,000 a year. So we're talking about 4 or 5 people for making $500,000 a year, and we're talking about the employees making $5.29 an hour. Now, is this fair? No, it's not. So, how can the university not increase the employees' wages when their money is available to pay the administration so handsomely? And I'd like to quote a couple things that we have against WNMU. My question is, how many cases we have against the university? How many tort claims? How many EEOC cases? What is it costing per case? Who's paying for it? Well, I can tell you who's paying for it. The taxpayers are paying for it. We have what we call a risk management insurance, and this provides the attorneys for the university, and they get paid handsomely. They're not going to go out there and just protect us for pennies. So what I'm really saying is that there must be a pattern of some kind that this is happening, and I don't agree with it. I feel that a lot of these cases can be settled if these people are heard by the administration, and once this is done, I'm sure that things can be worked out.
During the statewide convention, and it was held here in Silver City, and it was held at the Knights of Columbus Hall because the LULAC was protesting the actions of Western New Mexico University against the maintenance workers and their lack of being supportive to a lot of Latino issues. They passed a resolution making the governor accountable, Board of Regents, and basically saying that the Board of Regents should no longer be appointed by the governor, but should be elected by the people. And this was an incredible victory. And later on, a couple of months later, at the National Convention in Washington, D.C., this resolution was passed again. The name of the resolution was the situation at Western New Mexico University. So Western New Mexico University has been raised to a national level, and the controversy with the unions. The Salt of the Earth continues. If we go back to the legacy of the Salt of the Earth, where there was so much union strife in the mid-50s that became world known, and eventually it was a model of what took place internationally, where the women were able to stand up, and the unions won the strike. And these same efforts, where we have a company town who pretty much runs all the governments, has control over both the Democratic and the Republican Party. They run Seagrid, they run the university. They're very anti-union, anti-establishment, destroy any real economic development programs such as the Soroli Institute. The injustices continue, and one of the ways that the community is continue to do that is to be supportive and in solidarity of the union efforts at Western New Mexico University. And so the strife continues.